Good morning. It's a little cold out. Amazon flash briefing.
Jamie, getting your flash briefing. In NPR News.
Live from NPR News in
today.
Washington, I'm Corva Coleman. Stocks opened higher this morning as the Labor Department reported a modest decline in inflation last month.
Don't trust
NPR's Scott Horsley reports the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose about 300 points in early trading.
Consumer prices in February were up 6% from a year ago. That's a smaller annual increase than the month before, when inflation was clocked at 6.4%. Prices rose 0.4% between January and February, as the rising costs of rent, food, furniture, and airline tickets outweighed falling prices for natural gas and used cars. Overall, prices are still climbing about 3 times as fast as the Federal Reserve would like.
There's
It's been aggressively raising interest rates in an effort to curb inflation, but another expected rate increase at the next Fed meeting in 8 days
three
is
times
now in
as
question.
fast. They're telling you it's
Following the collapse
down.
of the 2 regional banks,
Much better than a few months ago, blah, 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 but it's still
Washington.
The Biden
increasing 3 times
administration
as
is
fast
proposing
thanks
new
to the
drinking water
federal
standards for certain chemicals
hikes
called
in
PFAS.
interest rates.
They're also known as forever chemicals.
Don't
One
let 'em
proposed rule would
spit that
regulate
out
some
there
of these
and
chemicals
glaze over it
so they
like you
could
didn't
be
hear it.
reliably measured. Another rule would limit any mixture of chemicals to see if the combined levels of PFAS pose a potential risk. Public water systems would be required to monitor for the chemicals. The Biden administration is holding the first of a series of virtual town halls today to talk about proposed changes in the next census and federal surveys about race and ethnicity. NPR's Hatim Rawang reports.
It's a national
Are they
conversation
increasing
about
those
race
interest
that's
rates
been decades
for a
in the making.
reason?
The White House's Office of Management and Budget is close to making the
And with
first
the bank,
changes to
Silicon
government
Valley
standards
Bank
for
failing.
statistics about race and ethnicity since 1997.
And the culprit
First,
cause of
it's
that
asking for public
was
feedback at
federal
virtual town halls, including
increasing
on 2
of
major
interest
proposals.
hikes.
One would add
Was
to
it
2030
planned?
census forms a box for Middle Eastern
they could
or
get
North
their hands
African,
on
which
tech
the U.S. government
and
would no longer
cryptocurrencies.
classify as white.
Sure,
Another
it's going
potential
to come
change
out
would
as
ask
a
about race or
conspiracy
ethnicity
theory.
in one question that would still allow everyone to check off more than one box.
But are
and
these
include a
continual
checkbox
interest
for
rate
Hispanic or
hikes
Latino,
to
which
take out
suggests
our
that
banks,
could allow many Latinos
except
to more
for the
accurately
banks
report their identities. Hamdi Lawang,
that are
NPR
backed and
News.
supported
British
by the
Prime
federal
Minister
government?
Rishi
Is this
Sunak's
the
office
killing like
says he and
Walmart of the
President
mom and
Biden
pop
have
stores
talked about the
of
need
the
to
small
maintain
banks
their support
through
for
interest
Ukraine.
hikes? Is
Some
this their
remarks reports
is this
they
their
met
plan?
in San Diego for
Is
defense
this the
discussions
truth
with
that
the
they
Australian
don't want us to know?
counterpart.
Sunak and
Think we're too
Biden
dumb
met
to
with
catch on
Australian
to?
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese for discussions
That's my
focused on
thoughts on the
providing
matter.
nuclear-powered
Some
submarines
dude's
for Australian
thoughts.
naval forces operating in the Pacific.
Yeah.
To counter Beijing's influence in the Pacific region, Australia will now receive at least 3 new submarines from the US, and the Allies will construct a new submarine fleet using UK-made reactors from Rolls-Royce. Biden said the agreement would bolster
So let's
peace,
spit
and he
that
and
out there to
Sunak
the
agreed
public.
on the need to maintain a
Maybe
dialogue
one
with
video
China,
actually
Downing Street
push.
officials said, while acknowledging the challenge the Chinese government posed to the current world order. For NPR News, I'm Dylan
I've
Marks.
already spoken on
listening
social
to
media
NPR
tweets and
News.
things. But that's my
Massive
thoughts.
damage is reported in Malawi and
Maybe they cracked
Mozambique
on
from
purpose.
Cyclone Freddy. More than 100 people have been killed. Freddy is set to become the longest-lasting cyclone ever. It's made 2 separate landfalls in eastern Africa. Kate Bartlett reports it came ashore again yesterday in Malawi.
People
Wonder
in
why they're
Malawi
doing
have
it.
been desperately digging through the mud, searching for survivors after landslides killed dozens when Freddy
Watched a
hit the
video on it,
southeastern African country.
I'll find a link.
Malawi's president, Lazarus Chakwera, has declared a state of disaster in the southern part of the country. Freddy is historic in that it crossed the Indian Ocean after forming off Australia more than a month ago and has recorded more energy during that time than an entire US hurricane season. Scientists say climate change accounts for the strengthening of such tropical storms. For NPR News, I'm Kate Bartlett in Johannesburg.
On the west coast, flood warnings are up for much of central and southern California as the state gets battered by another storm. People in several counties have been told to evacuate. Contractors in Monterey County, north of Los Angeles, are working to patch a levee that breached last weekend, flooding hundreds of homes. The storm is surging into Nevada, where flood advisories are up for the western part of that state. A powerful winter storm is crashing into the northeast. The National Weather Service says areas from northern Pennsylvania to Maine are affected. Some regions could get more than 2 feet of snow, and winds could be so strong that travel is dangerous or impossible. I'm Corva Coleman, NPR News.
If you're looking for your next binge watch or you want the latest on all the big movies and albums, NPR's Pop Culture Happy Hour has you covered. Every weekday, we are your guide to all things entertainment. Listen to Pop Culture Happy Hour from NPR.
Listen to this podcast sponsor-free on Amazon Music with a Prime membership or any podcast app by subscribing to NPR News Now Plus at plus.npr.org. That's plus.npr.org.
In NASA news, following a 5-month stay aboard the International Space Station, the 4 members of NASA's SpaceX Crew 5 mission are safely back on Earth and will answer questions in a news conference at 2 p.m. EDT Wednesday, March 15th. NASA, on behalf of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, has selected LaHarris Technologies Incorporated of Fort Wayne, Indiana, to develop the imager for NOAA's Geostationary Extended Observations, GeoExo, satellite program. After splashing down safely in their Dragon spacecraft off the coast of Tampa, Florida on Saturday, NASA's SpaceX Crew 5 completed the agency's 5th commercial crew rotation mission to the International Space Station. The international crew of 4 spent 157 days in orbit. NASA has selected 4 teams of university faculty and students to solve key challenges facing the future of air travel as part of the agency's University Leadership Initiative.
What problem?
As a follow-up to its biennial report demonstrating the economic impact of NASA nationwide, the agency released new state-specific information on Monday. Each of the 51 fact sheets, which are the first drafted by the agency, showcase how investments in NASA benefit humanity. In weather. In Seattle, it's 37 degrees Fahrenheit with partly sunny skies. Today, you can look for showers, with a high of 51 degrees and a low of 37 degrees. From NASA.
Alright, Amazon.
Follow.
Amazon off.
No.
Off. Amazon, tell us a joke.
What's the best part about llamas doing improv? The spit takes.
Wow. Okay. Alright, so. Question of the day. Are the continual federal interest hikes purposely done to take out banks that are not backed by the U.S. federal government, and that helps the startup of whatever purpose, the cryptocurrencies and things? I don't know. I'll find that video link about it, stick it in the description. They explain it better. Have a beautiful day. Good luck fighting a corrupt federal government lawfully. All right. Peace.